AoT, and okay. So this week on Geek Night, we're gonna do we're gonna talk about Mirai Nikki. Okay, so basically, Mirai Nikki is, I wouldn't say it's an anime, but for those that that may have not realized it, Mirai Nikki is already 10 years, okay, since the anime was was aired. Okay, so yeah, those that, oh, I still remember Mirai Nikki, but then they thought like maybe like it's been like 4 or 5 years, but it's been 10 years. Okay, so I'm currently checking it. Okay, it aired from October 2011 to uh April 2012. So basically, it is 10 years old right now. Okay, the anime, not the manga. Okay, the manga itself is even further older, which is 15 years, like 2006. Okay, 15, 16 years. Okay, and okay, so leave it aside. Okay, so let's talk about what Mirai is about. Okay, so the story is told through the eyes of a lone high school student. Okay, so this guy here, his name is Amano Yukiteru. Okay, so he doesn't have any friends. Okay, he's always been treated by the classmates and some kind of like weird kid and stuff. Okay, so he doesn't have any friends. Okay, and he have a very weird hobby, which is like he write diary on in his cell phone. Okay, and by the way, since this one is released in the anime is 2011. Okay, and the manga itself is in 2006. So they're not using the NOS. They're not using smartphones. They're actually using flip phones. Okay. So because during that time he's in the transition from the flip phones to smartphones. Okay, just a minor detail. Okay, as you can it might be hard for you to see, but he's holding it here. Okay, so he like I said, he had no friends. Okay, the only, in a sense, friends that he have is actually his imaginary friend Deus Ex Machina, the god of time. Okay, and god of time and space, and also Murmur, the servant for Deus Ex Machina. Okay, and just as an extra fact, fun fact for you is that Deus Ex Machina is based, if I'm not wrong, it's in Greek. Okay, that means God in machine form. Okay, so Deus Ex Machina, that's why there's Machina. Okay, machine. Okay, is that why the name comes from it? Why it become that is that Greek, as they like perform art and stuff. Okay, and so they have plays. Okay, and when people come in flying, okay, like with the police system, you can imagine like the Peter Pan thing. Okay, so at that moment it's called Deus Ex Machina normally. Okay, now before that we just want to check my gaming stuff. So normally. Okay, I think it's working fine. Okay, now next. Okay, so the plot of Mirai Nikki is that at first we found like I said, we found that Amano he's just like a very sad in high school. Okay, because he's talking to like imaginary friends. Okay, but it then turns out that Deus Ex Machina, the one that we talked about just now, is actually the real thing. Okay, it's actually the real God himself. Okay, not like some kind of imagination. Okay, maybe like he used his power to like talk with people like him. Okay, and then he reveals himself. He's the real god of time and space. Then he invites Amano and 11 other people to join in this this kind of like last man standing battle royale style. Okay, and the thing is that they all have a special power, and that special power is that including Amano, so basically 12 people. Okay, all of them, they have a special power, and that is that since they all written diaries, in some form or another. Okay, like Amano, he writes his what he sees in his diary. Okay, and Deus actually use his power so that their diary will transcend through time. So in other words, they can see the future with whatever is written in the diary. Okay, so if normally like you write, you only write like, oh, there's a yellow car. Okay, I ate rice for dinner, something like that. Okay, it's rice with curry for dinner. So in other words, that's not going to be very helpful. Okay, but for those who like go to meticulously write down what they meticulously write down what they see in their diary, then they have more information. Okay, so in other words, like in a sense, they have advantage depending on how their personality, when they write it. Okay, and what is the object of the what is the object of the diary itself is about. Okay, so then when the last person who stands, basically the person who win the battle royale, he'll be taking over Deus' position. In other words, like he's finding a successor in a sense. Okay, he wants to give up his position as the like god of time and space. Okay, now next, is that remember, it's going to be a battle royale. Okay, so like kill the last person standing. So it turns out, of course, it's very scary for a high school kid to do this. Okay, and he does have an ally. Okay, and that ally is that one of the other participants. Okay, is Gasayuno. Okay, who is actually his stalker. Okay, as you can see in the picture, she is very scary. Like, you can see that she's chopping off heads or something like that. If I'm not wrong in this scene. Okay, now the thing is that for Gasayuno, she's also a participant, so in other words, she has her own diary, and her diary only writes about Amano, nothing else. Okay, so like for example, like in a 10 minutes interval, and it wrote down something like, for example, like, oh, what Amano is eating, oh, what is he doing, oh, he went to the toilet, this, that. Okay, so basically, she observes only Amano. Okay, but Amano, he's one, if I'm not wrong, he it's like whatever that you can see. Okay, so she's so obsessed with Amano, and without a doubt, you can consider, well, it's not saying you can consider, she is the typical yandere character. Okay, and for those that don't know what is yandere is actually like, in a sense, it's the overly attached girlfriend. Okay, and basically like, oh, where did you go? Okay, he said, the meme that I showed you a couple of days ago, saying that for example, why does it take you 10 minutes to get back home, even though that Google Maps says that you need to take 8? Okay, so are you cheating on me? So you get that vibe from her. Okay, so and she's quick to be jealous. Okay, because her love for Amano is so strong. Okay, that if anybody even who even thinks of trying to harm Amano, she would just chop off their head without thinking a thing. Okay, as you can see, she's not even feeling sad after like butchering somebody in this picture. Okay, and it's like as long as they can both be together, she will do anything. Okay, now so together, as you know that that this one is like a battle royale. Okay, so they need to survive together. So both of them, they need to work together in order for them to survive the whole battle royale. Okay, now next. Okay, so as I said, the main idea of this anime / manga story, whatever we want to call it, okay, is that you need to survive the battle royale. Okay, because you can only be the winner if you um, kill all the other participants. Okay, so in other all the other people. Okay, and make sure that you're the last one standing. Okay, so it was at first, like very like stressful moment. Okay, and then it turns out that the team actually devolves from surviving this whole mad game of getting killed and stuff. Okay, and remember there are also other school children. Okay, I don't remember exactly. Okay, but there's high school. I think there's even some in primary school, grade school. Okay, kind of forgot about it. Okay, now, so when that happened, okay, they've been close to for a while. At first, she just thought, at first Amanda thought that she's just a stalker, like having a crush. But then, okay, seeing that what happened in the last picture here, okay, he got afraid of her, okay, because basically, like he can imagine himself being locked in a room with her, and she's and not living in the room together with both of them. Okay, so he kind of get that vibe from her. So like instead of this game itself, he's actually like thinking like to get away from her. Okay, in a sense, maybe like lick her off together with the other participants as well. Okay, but Amano, since he's also a high school student, like he's not that keen to like killing people, and he's not really interested in the prize as well. Okay, he's just trying to be survive all this whole thing. Yeah, now, okay, the scary thing about is that she would do anything for Amano. Okay, so like to make him happy, to make to protect him. Okay, and she's willing to sacrifice herself in a sense to do that. Okay, now she did quite a lot of things, like say like she killed people. Okay, and even knowing all of that, at first he got scared, but then deep down he looked down again. Okay, and he realizes that all of this, for her killing people and stuff, it's all born from her love for him. So which is why it's really unbearing, but since they are in this situation, they need to survive this. I wouldn't say guilt. Okay, it's like he looks like he's the cause of all this. It's not guilt necessarily, like I should try giving her a chance. Okay, and then when he started to think about that, he tried to answer that feeling for okay, that undying love had for him. He tried to I wouldn't say overlook, but try to restrain her, love her for who she is. Okay, deep down. So that's why the theme really changes at a certain point. Okay, so it turns out from basically scared that he might be killed in the game, scared of and then like evolves into is willing to do anything for me. I should accept her. Okay, it's not at first Amanda thought of using her just like a tool, but then she realized she's also a sad girl with a tragic past. Okay, I'm not gonna go through that past. Okay, because I don't want, like I say, even though I will spoil a little bit, okay, but not now. Okay, I would like hint at it. Okay, now my thoughts on Mirai Nikki. Okay, so basically like the Mirai Nikki have 24 episodes if I'm not mistaken. Okay, 26. Okay, Mirai Nikki have 26 episodes, and if you ask me, it's a very good love story. Okay, because you know, even though that secretly love Amano from the shadows. Okay, but Aman, she loves Amano from the shadows, but Amano himself, okay, even though they are in the same class, okay, he he doesn't think her as a love, a love candidate or something like that, okay, because you know, school he is treated, he as the lonely guy and stuff. So that's why when she when he found out that somebody actually liked him, and to the point that she's willing to stalk, and at in a sense kill for her and kill for him, yeah, he is like he got afraid of it. So like all of this, if they are not in this death game, okay, the battle royale, they might actually, like for example, have a normal high school relationship, okay, at a certain point, because I think that will actually like confess to Yuki, okay, so like confess to Amano, okay, and when that happened, I really want to see that, okay, but it didn't happen, sadly enough, okay. So as you know, the idea is last man standing, so one person have to uh one person have to die, because if not, the game will not be over, okay, or Deus may not accept it. So then, okay, uh the story gets a bit convoluted, okay, and the ending, well, you might say there's multiple endings here, okay, but the final episode, okay, is that one of them have to die, and it's quite touching, on how that the situation have to happen, okay, because I want to talk about it so much, but if I talk about it, then I'll be spoiling too much, okay. Easy to say, at the end both of them share a kiss, okay, and it was really beautiful because he got over his fear of her being, having such an overbearing love for him, but he looks over everything that, okay? I'm not saying that she's innocent, okay, but he's able to like truly fall in love for her, and he's willing to do anything for her, okay. So I'll leave it at that. Okay, if you want to know what really happened at the ending, you need to check it out. Okay, now I do wish that that they go a bit throughout every single character, because maybe not every single character, maybe some characters, okay, because all of the characters have their own motivation, okay, have their own motivation. Some may be, some may be a bit too crazy in a sense, okay, but they do have, it might not justify, but at least you can understand their perspective, okay. So let's say, for example, what I mean by you can accept it is that, think about it like this, is that if somebody who get bullied, okay, even though like the way that this person who always got bullied, okay, want to get back, okay, the revenge is a bit, maybe a bit too much, but you understand that this person should have some sort of a like revenge against them. You may not be happy on how they do it, but you can accept where they're going, okay. Now, so it's just that you may not accept how she show her love, but without that you cannot deny that she really loves him, okay. Now, next part, okay, this will be a bit different, because the reason why I chose Mirai Nikki this week is because I want to talk about Attack on Titan a bit, okay, because I've read the manga like a couple of months ago, and now basically like Attack on Titan, the anime, it is going through like the most interesting part of the they're about to reach the climax of the whole series. Okay, well you can say that right now what is happening is the climax itself. Okay, like the peak. Okay, now so like I say, it's going to be spoiler right now. Okay, if you don't want to know about it, okay, if you don't want to know my theory about what's going to happen here regarding to Attack on Titan, and now you're wondering why do you want to talk about Attack on Titan using Mirai Nikki? If you don't want to be spoiled, this is your time to turn back now. Okay, now in Mirai Nikki Redial, okay, so basically, okay, after the anime end, there's an episode and OVA for it, okay, which is renamed Mirai Nikki Redial. Okay, so the long story short, Mirai Nikki Redial is that Amano had won, okay, because at the end, okay, Amano wanted Yuno to stop, Amano want Yuno to actually kill him, okay, because he was saved so many times by and he loves He doesn't want to kill okay? So like say, kill me, okay? But at the end couldn't do that, so she killed herself. Okay? So when Amano won, okay, he decided like, okay, at the very least he can fix her life, okay? Because she had a very tragic life, okay, where the parents treat her very horrible, okay, and so when he became God, he tried to fix her life, okay, but he is stuck in a parallel world, okay. The world ended in a sense. This is why Deus wanted to pass on power, but sad thing is that when he fixed, Yuno's memory and everything have to be wiped out. Okay, so even though that she lives, Yuno doesn't remember anything about Amano. Okay, and he accepted that. Okay, and Amano actually lived alone with Murmur. Okay, the god servant. Okay, because she serves the god time and space. Okay, and now Amano is the new god time and space. Basically like the mastership actually transferred to him. Okay, and it seems that Murmur had some kind of mental link, something like that. Okay, that linked him to the master, and so when Murmur, okay, when she is with Amano, okay, she doesn't need anything else, okay. But the thing is that Amano maybe is in his power, maybe not, okay. Is that the world actually like disappeared or somewhat. Yeah, I kind of forgot. Okay, I did watch the Redial again. Okay, the world actually got destroyed, and Murmur actually like, can't you just make something else? Because she's been reading the same manga over and over again for 10,000 years, so it's very sad. Okay, and Amano live up the rest of the life, okay, and the only thing that he have, okay, which is the cell phone that have, okay, when she died. So and he kept on staring at it for forever, okay, like for 10,000 years. So it was very sad, okay. And meanwhile, okay, who is living in a parallel world, okay, have a very rosy life thanks to Amano, okay, because Amano fixed their relationship, okay. But even then, felt like something is wrong, something is missing, okay, and with her love for Amano, it actually transcends through time and space, okay, because remember, Amano is in a parallel world right now, okay, and he's in the future by 10,000 years. So her love literally transcends time and space, and at the end, okay, at the end of Redial, both of them, managed to get together. Okay, finally, after all the thing they have gone through in the battle royale. Okay, and let me tell you, when I first watched it, I was like, seriously, this is like when first Mirai Nikki the 26th episode ended, like, wow. And then like when Mirai Nikki when we found out that both of them are part, and at the end both of them met, it's also an amazing scene. So everything, even though that the story itself might be hard to grasp on how it goes, okay, unless you really pay attention to it, okay. But when you watch everything, like the story, the main theme is about love at the end. You really can appreciate everything. Okay. Now, why I said that I want to talk Attack on Titan. Okay, it is because the Redial here is what made me think that the ending of Attack on Titan will change. Okay, as you know, Attack on Titan manga has already finished for a couple of months by now. Okay, and now that a lot of people are not happy with the ending of Attack on Titan the manga. Okay, now this is just my theory. Okay, that I think that the anime might have a different ending. Okay, now let me just go through what this is a spoiler. Like I said earlier, you should not have been here. Okay, if you don't want to spoil. Okay, in the manga we found out that at the end, okay, that they are parallel universes, okay, and a parallel world, and Mikasa is somehow able to have like to share the memories between different universe, okay, world, okay. And when that happened, okay, she will have a headache. So in other words, she may not get all of it, but she's like she knows that this thing had happened and she had experienced it, okay, and it flows into her. So maybe when the headache occurred is when Mikasa decided to have when Mikasa decided to do something different. Now she changed the world, okay, and she can still in a sense remember it, okay. So that's why she have a headache, okay. So there are some cases, okay, in the story we found out that Mikasa had headaches and stuff, okay, because in a sense they are not meant to be together, in a sense, okay, because this happens in the OVA, okay, that okay, I'll talk about the changes to manga to anime, okay. Now, as you know, okay, when manga is being adapted to anime, okay, they have to change, or like not everything can fit in, okay. So as we know, Isayama is heavily involved in the manga production and in the anime production, okay. So so although they are just minor things, okay, they have minor details that have been changed, okay. Like I said, maybe like to fit manga to anime, okay, like they might need to cut, they need to add, or they need to modify. So for example, mangas, they are basic like each scenes, okay. So like from manga to anime, they need to smoothen out scenes, okay. So like for example, scene 1 to scene 2, like so for example they need to add like movement and stuff, sound, this and that, okay. Because in manga, okay, they might just write BGM sounds, okay, at the back, okay. So when that in anime, they don't need to do that. They can just use the sound itself, okay. So this is what I mean by added, modify and stuff, okay. So but you might not think of this as much, okay. But as we know, Isayama, like I said just now, he is heavily involved in the anime, okay, because Isayama itself, well, you can consider this added into it, okay, because Isayama actually leaked the story, okay, in the ending song of the anime, okay. Now if you remember, okay, one of the ending is about cannibalism, okay, and where three girls are eating, humans, something like that, okay. That was pretty, pretty early on, okay, and later we found out, okay, that is literally like, a big plot point in the story, where the you know the king's daughter, Rose, Maria, and Sheena, those are the three girls eating their mother, okay, and their mother is Ymir. So that's why, like, in a sense that you can consider it as scenes added. Okay, although it's an ending song, you can consider it as an added scene. Okay, so that's why I say that Isayama might be thinking like changing the anime ending, okay, because there is a huge backlash, okay, because everybody like, oh, it's the ending, we want a happy ending, but in my view, I don't really hate the ending. It's just like I feel like maybe, like, if they set it up for a sequel, I can accept it. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what really happened final panel and stuff. Okay, so this is just my idea. Is that there is a chance that the anime ending may be different. Okay, now then, okay, so like I said, the reason why I talk about Mirai Nikki, I want to bring AoT Attack on Titan to Mirai Nikki's discussion is because, like, just like in Redial, okay, you know finally have uh okay, in Redial, and Amano, okay, throughout everything that they have, everything they have suffered, they finally are able to get together in the OVA. Now, okay, this is all, okay, is because even though that she had she for a long time she want a happy family, okay, she want to have a good relationship with her parents, okay, in a sense that she clings on to Amano because she thinks that Amano can give it to her, but now, okay, she have a good relationship with the parents, she still feel like something is missing. Okay, the love for her, first maybe like to substitute parental love with Amano's attention and stuff, but then we know that she really loves Amano from the bottom of her heart. Okay, and even if she's in a world that is a much kinder world compared to the ones before, she would she would rather have that that cruel world, okay, okay, as long as he can live with Amano. Okay, now this is where the comparisons start, okay, because in the ending, okay, we found out that all the Titans are eradicated in a sense, okay, and Mikasa don't need to fight anymore, okay. Now, so that's why I say that in a sense that in the anime version, okay, the ending, okay, for Attack on Titan, Mikasa might do something similar, okay, because in one of the OVA, we seen this one, okay, this scene in the OVA, the ending song, okay, is that we can see that there's lots of blades, okay. So this blade is from when she fought the captive, the one that kidnapped her, okay, and Eren actually saved Mikasa, okay. So maybe in the anime version, okay, that she might actually have a different ending because she choose a different path, okay, or maybe like okay, maybe to the very last point, okay, at the last panel or something like that, okay, she would do something different from the manga, okay, in a sense that the show Isayama might show like, okay, manga's ending is manga's ending, anime ending is anime ending, but he want to show that that because it already been stated that Mikasa have the ability to, to perceive multiple parallel world, and this one would fit directly into the manga and anime, okay? Because we know, like I said earlier on, okay, at this part that okay, that that the manga and anime differ slightly. Okay, some scenes are added, some scenes are cut, some okay, and anything in between. Okay, it's not much. Okay, the storyline still follows the same thing. Okay, the events happen. Okay, maybe they move it around a little bit. Okay, because they need to fit into the episode and stuff. But overall, it's still the same. Just that why I say they are parallel. Okay, now if you play variables, you understand that branching paths. Okay, so for example, okay, like let's just make it easy. You're playing a visual novel with two girls, okay, and you are given a choice. One is you stay back at school and you talk with the smart girl, or B, you go back and maybe meet with another girl that you hang out, okay, after school. So either way, okay, so this too, okay, it is the same, okay, the game is the same, okay, but depending on this choice, it will branch out. So I feel like this might actually happen to the anime version, where Mikasa would maybe like use some sort of power to bring back Eren from the dead. Okay, so maybe this is just my thoughts. Okay, I want to accept the manga ending as canon, but I do feel like it's a bit too sad. Okay, but not to a point that I'll go and revolt. Okay, but in a sense, I do want a happy ending. Okay, whether it comes in and I think Isayama Sensei can actually like show the fine line in between. Okay, manga is a sad ending, and then in the anime, as we know, manga comes first. Okay, so maybe like, oh, this happens again, that that Eren died, and then like something happens so that she's like, no, I want Eren back. Okay, and she used the power she have or something for her to be together. Maybe. Okay, so this is just my theory on how okay, for the anime version, okay, for the Attack on Titan ending, and I really hope that this happens. Okay, like I say, even though like like people think that anime version is just like an adaptation of the manga, but there's no rule that say that you cannot change it a little bit. Okay, because you may say that, oh, they're ruining the mangaka intention, but Isayama is highly involved in the anime production process. So that's why I say that maybe that that he's willing to do that. Okay, it may consider it as breaking a taboo, or maybe like breaking a like an immersion wall, but still, the story of Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin, is Isayama's work, whether it's in manga or in anime. Okay, and as like I said earlier, Isayama is heavily involved in the anime process as well. You can say that this is also like showing different endings to different audience. Okay, something like that. Well, this is just my theory. Okay, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We'll see, and I think that there's only going to be like 94 episodes. Okay, so like we're in at 83, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So 10 more episodes, something like that. Okay, because Isayama, the manga actually, I'm not that satisfied with that the ending feels a bit rushed. Okay, But we know the very reason uh, why they choose it's chapter 139 to end is because like it's a very like there's a lot of symbolism for that. Okay, for example, like Ymir and then pass on to Maria Walshina and stuff, and then nine Titans. Okay, and also that the number itself is very abrupt. It means okay. So I'm not entirely happy on how they go through it. Okay, I do wish they extend a little bit further. And from what I see, that now it's 83. Now it's around 83 for a 10 episode. They might expand a bit more in between here and there. Okay, because of course, Shingeki no Kyojin Attack on Titan it's released every month, so like we have more time to prepare. Okay, and it is like a chapter really feels like a chapter that you can enjoy. So that part, I think that even though that normally it's a weekly, if it's a weekly manga, okay, 2 or 3 chapters will be put into one, okay. But for monthly releases, okay, it will take like maybe 1 or 1.5 or at best 2 chapters and cram it into one episode. Okay, so I do feel like the anime have some time for it to reach 94, because 94, okay, like 9 plus 4 equals 13. Okay, and it's a very bad number, like 139. So I can bet my money on it that he's gonna end it on episode 94. Okay, that's what I think. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, about my thoughts on Attack on Titan theory, with using Mirai Nikki as an example to prove my point. Now, this is my schedule for the week. Okay, so tomorrow Yakuza, Thursday is I'm not gonna stream. Okay, and tomorrow is more probably that I'm gonna end everything. Okay, this one I'm going to fight. Of course we're going to go to the ending, but I'm gonna fight the Amons in the beginning. Okay. Now next, on Friday I'm gonna play Kiwami. Okay, I decided to play Kiwami. Okay, and I think that right now I'll be going for Yakuza spree, so like Yakuza 0, 1, 2. Okay, after that we'll see. Most probably I wanted to play Kingdom Come Deliverance for such a long time. Okay, but I'm leaving it. I'm putting it on hold, okay, because Kingdom Come Deliverance is basically like I basically need at least like 50 to 60 hours to play it. Okay. Now then on Saturday I'll be teaching Upa as usual. Okay, and on Saturday I'll be at night, novel night. Okay, same with Sunday. And on Sunday, okay, I'll have meme explain, okay, with Nanarucha, what my guest this week. Okay, and Monday I'll be playing Kiwami, and next Tuesday for Geek Night we'll be talking about Brave. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this week. Okay, thank you for joining for Geek Night. Okay, if you like what I'm doing, you can subscribe to the channel. You can like and share the video. Okay, if you have time, you can join me live. Okay, and you can watch my other stream as well. Okay, as you know that I have 2 other like weekly things. One is novel night, where I'll be playing visual novel. Okay, and the other is that I'll be having meme playing. Okay, so yeah, and also I do play games on the regular. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the time. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.